Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Last time we started to make our way down the G line here, and we got a lot of levels complete. Kind of. Sort of. Maybe we kind of chipped away at it here and there, but we actually started the dedicated levels and did get a good amount of progress in. And we're going to continue on here with, did I do that? The Bustalicious Station. So here we have a choice of one of three weapons, the Splat Charger and Splat Bomb, Splatter Scope and Splat Bomb, or the Jet Squelcher and Splat Bomb. Let's start off with the recommended weapon here, the Splat Charger and Splat Bomb. Please pop 20 target balloons before time runs out. Don't shoot the fail balloons though, or you'll fail. Jump on in, and we'll start the clock. Take care out there. Go ahead and begin the test. Don't shoot the fail balloons or you'll, well, I guess it's obvious. My advice for you for this test is quite simple. Charge! Make sure you don't shoot any of the fail balloons. We have a minute to shoot 20 standard boxes here, no fail balloons. Be very careful with our aim here because one wrong twitch and that's game over, as we only have one life for this said test, so we have to be very careful. The platform we are standing on is moving, so you also have to pay attention to your surroundings here. Let's just go ahead now, move on over to the right side, take care of the boxes over on this said side. Be very, very careful where we're aiming here. You can shoot multiple boxes here with the Splat Charger, but also you can do the same thing with the fail balloons, so just wait a second before you shoot. Even though we do have a minute here, that's still a good amount of time to just take things slow and pass the test without making any major mistakes. Even though a minute may seem stressful, take your time and you'll pass the test. Let's go ahead and head our way back into Bustalicious Station to go ahead and complete this with the other two weapons. So now back at things again, let's go ahead and select the Splatter Scope and Splat Bomb here. So just with the payout, we can see that things should be easier with the Scope weapon. It's gonna really depend because it's, in some ways for me, I feel the Scope makes things a little bit harder here. Only just because your vision gets a little more obscured thanks to how zoomed in things get with the said Scope. But if you're more comfortable with a said Scope weapon, then this should be a better thing for you to use. I don't recommend using Splat Bombs for this though. It doesn't matter what weapon you're coming in here with, simply just because it's not really the best thing to use. They just don't really work out in most regards. I can see maybe a good example of using the Splat Bombs on a platform set of boxes, but even then your aim has to be pretty spot on for the said boxes to even be lined up with your said Splat Bomb. Now we only have a handful of boxes left, only 3 more to be exact. Just go ahead, charge up our shot here, take out 2 in one shot, and just thread the needle to get our final box. With that, the charging weapons are done, so let's go ahead and head back in for this test one more time to complete it with the Jet Squelcher. One more weapon left, and that's the Jet Squelcher with the Splat Bomb. As you can imagine with that payout, this is the harder of the 3 weapons here. Simply just because you don't really have that great of a range with the Jet Squelcher. We've seen this in a previous station where we had 2 sniping weapons, and then this thing. So yeah, as you can imagine, we're gonna have to be very, very careful with our set shots here. It's also a much faster weapon compared to the set chargers. So don't hold the button in the whole time here, because if you do so, well, simply put, that could lead you to a world of problems if you're not careful with your aim. So I recommend in this test just tapping the shoot button when you're lined up with a target, and wait to see when your reticle is lined up with an X on it, just to see if there is a target in range. And check what the target is before you even do anything else, because that target might not be what you think it is. One good bomb throw to the ending, and that is it for the test. Now we completed Bustalicious Station with all our weapon types. Let's go ahead and check out that mem cake we got from the said station. It's the Squid Force logo. Squids often wear this as they strike. With bomb and brush, it's quite a rush. Wish I could know what that was like. Man, when you have like a bad day in ranked mode, this hits home. This message just hits so hard home. Yeah, I wish I knew what this is like. I keep on getting splatted every time I spawn. Not fair. Good logo though. Definitely shows that intense nature that you can have in a Splatoon game. I like it a lot. Go ahead and move on to our next station here in the line. Mad Skillz, yo, the Freakazoid Station. So here we have a choice of two different weapons. The GooTuber and the Bamboozler 14 Mark 1. We're gonna go ahead and start off this test with the recommended weapon, the GooTuber. Once you charge the shot all the way, dive into your ink to store the charge. Try using the store charge shots with the GooTuber. Charge shots can only be stored for a short time, so be sure to use them. Also, try making good use of the Bamboozler 14 Mark 1's ability to charge shots in midair. Take care out there. Let's go ahead and begin the test. There's a switch, dead ahead. But how do we hit the switch? It's way up there. And I'm way down here. My aim only goes up to there. Well, that's where the GooTuber comes in. Charge up a shot, and then go into your octopus form and swim up the wall. Now when you're up top, shoot the switch. Oh, so that's a stored charge, huh? Yes, indeed. The stored charge is only really a thing we could do with the GooTuber here, as the Bamboozler weapon cannot store charge. So, let's go ahead and take full advantage of that right now. Go ahead, swim through ink, and take care of this Octo Sniper. So good. Made it over here to a checkpoint. Shoot this said rail, and now there's a grapple link on the other side. So let's go ahead and swim our way over to it. And now let's take our time with this. Think one of those store charge work here too? Yes, it will. But as we were told in the beginning from Sea Cucumber, the storage won't last forever. It lasts a lot longer here with the GooTuber compared to any of the other weapon types here, but it won't last forever, so you have to keep that in mind. So now we're gonna get to the other side here, and before we continue on, I'm gonna make another charge here and go back the way we came because I want to shoot these balloons. Give me some extra points on the way, 16 to be precise. Now let's go ahead and climb up the wall. Go through our boost pad, hit our checkpoint, and oh boy. Hop on the dash track once your shot is all charged up. Here's hoping I don't miss. Wow, I am surprised I got that first try. This is by far the worst part of the level in my opinion. Because if you miss this shot, well, you die, simply put. So, yeah, not the easiest thing to do. Can't tell you how many times I game over there in my first playthrough. There's the goal. That's the end right there, right? Totally got that on video. I like how both Pearl Marina said that this was the goal, and then immediately we just make it over. It's like, yep, I noticed. I'm glad that Pearl got that on video too. You know, just in case I didn't get that one on video, because I always take video. That's just what I do. That's what this whole channel is. Me recording everything I do. But you know, in case I forgot, Pearl's here to back me up. Let's head back into the Freakazoid Station to complete this now with the Bamboozler 14 Mark 1. Back at Freakazoid Station. Well, I already said what we're using, so Bamboozler time. Let's do this. So, this test actually is a pretty different one, depending on the weapon type you pick. Since the GooTuber can charge ink for a long period of time while being able to swim around, that makes things pretty interesting when it comes to movement-based stuff here. But we can't do the same set of movement with this weapon. Charging up shots midair with the Bamboozler is as snappy as a pea. And that's all you can really do because we can't charge a shot and then swim in our ink with this weapon. So we're going to have to take advantage of the faster charging time that this weapon type has. It's our only way we're going to be hitting things in the mid-air. Be careful with this Octo Sniper, and we also have to remember this is a weaker weapon compared to the Goo Tuber. So we can't just one-shot certain enemies like the Octo Sniper. So also be mindful of that. For the grappling here, we also gotta be very fast with our charge time because we don't have much time to react after it's set charge. Speaking of the weapon being weaker, this is a great example why that's gonna be a problem. If you wait for a full charge here, you're most likely gonna fall down into the pits. So let's be a little more careful with this. Okay, well, the trapped in ink, that's good enough for me. They can't really aim all that well anymore because they're having a hard time moving around. So now we can get behind these Octarians, charge up, and shoot them. Gonna cover you back up in ink because I don't want you moving around. You could go for those balloons. Not really worth it. I say as I go for them. Why not, right? We live dangerously here. I don't recommend that if you're not using Goop Tuber because it's just a lot more risky. Speaking of risky, time for the one and done jump. Here we go. How did I get that first try with 2 different weapon types? I never get this. We take those. I have to do it one more time technically to get to the goal. This is another one and done situation here, so we have to be careful. Let's go ahead and charge up our weapon. Shoot! And okay. Never get these first try recording. You know, that's just how it goes. Sure, I take that. I do like in the background, though, you can see the random wires just floating around, but if you know your Nintendo consoles, you actually recognize what these are. These are composite cables for a lot of Nintendo's retro systems, specifically the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and Nintendo GameCube, as they all use the same connectors. That's a nice little throwback, although the coloring on the wires looks a little weird, as the yellow and the white, which is video and audio, they look correct. But the red one, which is the right channel audio, is purple in this level? That's a little off. I mean, I would like to see them purple. That'd be a nice little distinguishing touch. Especially if you get into the analog video world, you get to component cables, which there's a red video, and then there's also a red audio. The exact same cord. Makes me confused. Maybe make one from purple like that one. That's enough analog video talk. Let's see what the mem cake we got from that station was. It's the zinc. I see you standing in the rain, within a storm, forever warm, powerful as a hurricane. Hurricanes are powerful. I'll tell you that one from someone who's gone through them. Although I don't know if I would say this is the symbol of hurricanes. It does look fierce though, so yeah, sure, you know what? We can use that as a hurricane. Hurricane Zinc, coming in with a powerful Inkzooka. Wait, no, we can't do that. They're not in Splatoon 2. Okay, maybe a powerful Rainmaker instead. Close enough. We have one more level left here in the G line, and we're pretty much done already with this. Wow, that was a fast line. Well, let's go into Jet into the Danger Zone, the Iceman Station. So here we only have a choice of one, well, special to use, the Inkjet. So let's go ahead and pick it. If you press B while using the Inkjet, you'll get a small altitude boost. And keep in mind that the Inkjet won't be able to fly if you're over a grate. As for the squid rings, don't worry about getting those unless you really want to. Take care out there. Go ahead and begin the test. Ho ho! That looks like fun! Man, we're getting all the throwbacks. That's a Game Boy Color in the background. Or, I guess in this case, a Squid Boy Color? Also some wires coming out of the back of it. That doesn't really look safe. Kids, don't touch those wires. Just don't. You can see games in the background too, which are the black cartridges for a Game Boy, which means they worked on original Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Nice little throwbacks we're getting this time around. Enough distractions. Let's get on with the level here. You can even submerge while using the Inkjet. Just use ZL. So this is something we already kind of know about. So this is one of those situations where if you didn't do an Inkjet level yet, you'll get a nice little tutorial for how it works. Just a reminder, press the B button to get a small amount of altitude while you're flying around. It does have a charge down though, so you have to be careful. You can't just spam it. You can also shoot things with a very powerful blast by just pressing the ZR button. And you can also fly over pits for a short amount of time. So, using this to our advantage, we'll be able to fly all throughout this level here and make it to the goal. But I'm not going to shoot any of these boxes because I'm going to use these to fly over the said wall and grab me some points. Now we can fly back and shoot the boxes because inside is an enemy. Shooting him will give you 3 extra points if you want more points for whatever reason. There you go. Kill these Octarians here. Be very careful not to get shot in the process. And now, let's just go ahead, fall down here, and as Cuttlefish is saying, remember, just press the B button while you're flying. You can't spam it, but it does have a cooldown period of about a second. So just keep on pressing the button when you're over a bottomless pit, and you'll get enough altitude to make it over to the next and final checkpoint. Here I'm going to fly over this wall real quick to grab me some extra points, and we can see the goal is just down below. If you wanted to, you can actually just fly straight to the goal from here. But if you kill this Octo Commander, well, now we can go ahead and make our way down to the ending through a whole bunch of squid rings, which will give us some extra points. So we might as well just grab these points on the way down. We're going down here anyway, so get some points while we're doing so. Nice, now hurry up and finish. Will do, Pearl. With that, that's this test complete. And since we only need to use one weapon type here, we're fully done with the Iceman Station. Another line complete, which means another line of mem cakes fully collected. A 4th set? Every one? Once you get your sights on something, you don't stop. And why should you, when your dreams are in sight? Eyes on the prize, young squire. Those are words to live by. Never quit, especially if you have a goal in sight. MC Craig in the place to be, y'all. Riding this train from station to station. Drift off to sleep, take a mental vacation. When this journey's done, I'm taking a bath. Get in my way and I'll feel my wrath. He's a sleepy sea slug, don't you forget it. Giving advice so you don't look pathetic. The cash you borrowed, gotta pay it back. You're the chosen one, get your own stacks. You know we're heading to the promised land. I'll get you there, baby, just take my hand. Yo, Ink Awkward Square represents one time. Check yourself before you step to my rhymes. Dark down here in Octo Underground. Sometimes I cry when there's no one around. Phew, I'm pooped. Driving business is quite exhausting. That'd be a good idea for you to rest up too. Peace out. I'm gonna catch a few Z's. And then with that, he's just gonna kind of say the same. Some interesting rhymes. Wait, we're getting paid? Like mad stacks? I have to pay my way out of here. I don't get to keep the money. I'm the only reason why we're getting home. Man, he's collecting my pay. He's not even using it. Come on, man. Pay your own way. Well, the full set tells an interesting story, doesn't it? One good turn deserves another. Try this on for size when you reach the promised land. We got ourselves the Null Visor Replica. Now we can go ahead and use this set of headgear once we get over to Inkopolis. Everything worthwhile in this world was hard fought for. Keep fighting the good fight. He's not wrong. You have to kind of, earn your keep. Kind of the whole mad stacks thing we were just talking about. Let's go ahead and see what that said mem cake was that we just collected. It's the Tony Kenza. Constructed of glass and concrete, a city stays in dull, drab grays, till we splash color on its streets. That's just a giant advertisement for what turf war is in Splatoon. It's basically just, dull, drab, gray concrete. They just slap a whole bunch of different colors on. Then whoever has the most color in an area wins. Looks more like a coin to me though, if anything else. Nice little symbol, but I think it's currency. That's just what it looks like to me. I know it's not, but it looks more like a coin that you would use in this world to buy goods. But with that, that's everything in the G line. All the mem cakes, all the levels. Kind of a shorter line this time around, but we kind of made our way through half of it by just the other lines that interconnected into G. So now we can use this to make our way, finally, towards one of the 4 things. But we'll be making our way towards one of our 4 things in the next episode. Next time on Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion, we'll go ahead and make our way through the line that's connected here into the G line, making our way towards one of the 4 things. I'll see you guys next time.